Okay, okay. Alright, so the draft comes in, and we'll have to see how this goes. 𝗧𝗵𝗶 actually very decent in this match, considering there's not many things that go double up on it, except 𝗂𝘀𝗏 and that 𝗂𝗶𝗏. Oh, actually, the 𝗧𝗵𝗶 as well, I guess. And the 𝗧𝗲𝗺𝗍, but the 𝗧𝗲𝗍, you can retaliate the 𝗧𝗲𝗍 as well, so not too terrible, but the ban on 𝗧𝗵𝗶, interesting choice there by 𝗧𝗵𝗺. To ban out that 𝗧𝗵𝗶 must be something I'm missing here. Is it because it's perfect jab pressure? Maybe, but
yeah, you're so right. I think, man, it comes down to the toxic v toxics. The P jabber always gets the upper hand, so I agree. Also, the wastewaters on 𝗂𝘀𝗏, also the P jab uppercuts on the 𝗂𝗶𝗏. Those are probably good reasons. And of course, 𝗧𝗵𝗶 is just a tanky boy. Even though 𝗧𝗵𝗺 doesn't really have physical techniques, it looks like he doesn't want to deal with any of that tenderness P jab shenanigans. So it's Volirin, 𝗂𝘀𝗏 starting the party off for Turbi. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 did have 𝗂𝗶𝗏. Who does he want to pair that up against? There's no electric Temtem, so does go for the 𝗂𝘀𝗏 there.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, plus, reject Water Horse, return to Swordfish. So, you know, I just want to point that out. 2 commas this board. I mean, you don't underestimate how much damage this beast of a fish does. Also, ridiculously fast. Technically the fastest Tem in the game if it had Plethoric on, but nobody runs Plethoric. It's not very good. But
yeah, you know, the one thing 𝗂𝘀𝗏 does have going for him instead of Oceara is that it's more bulky, right? Usually 𝗂𝘀𝗏 can take a lot more hits, as well as the water cannon with the toxic synergy, just like 𝗧𝗵𝗺 is making it work here today. But this is it, boys and girls. 𝗧𝗵𝗺 Turbi starting us off for the last best of 3 matchup of today's 48th weekly. 𝗧𝗵𝗺, can he get the job done? I don't believe Turbi has ever won. I mean, I'm sure he's won many tournaments, but not in our plus weekly ones. So man, today could be his day. Let's go ahead and see who what these guys have for us.
Yeah, this is a bit This is a bit spooky in the sense that well, for the side of Turbi, despite heathering both these Temps, the second turn committal for 𝗧𝗵𝗺 is so strong. I mean, if Plague lands, you pretty much catch yourself a free bird kill in that case. So Turbi most likely will be swapping out here, going to play for the second turn, or just Noxious Bomb the 𝗂𝘀𝗏 and then swap out the 𝗂𝘀. Probably the best course of action as well, just to play it a little bit more safe, but we'll have to see. Of course, both players here not running something that lasts very long, so a lot of damage will be coming out here soon.
Yeah, the one thing 𝗧𝗵𝗺 does have to be considered of is those noxious bombs, right? I know he wants to keep 𝗂𝘀𝗏 in, go for a big water cannon, because look at everything in the back line. So 𝗂𝘀𝗏 stays in. Let's see how much this noxious bomb does, because man, 𝗂𝘀 is on its way out. Now that it's trapped in, that AWW turn 2 might just do a number. Water! Oh, that heater trait saving its life.
Windburst committed, Noxious Bomb to follow through. Will that heater have turned the tides? And it doesn't. It does, sorry. 6.25, and it picks off 𝗂𝘀𝗏. 𝗂𝘀 should follow, but it does get a tornado here. It should be faster than this 𝗂𝗶𝗏 when it throws out tornado. And yeah, the 𝗂𝘀𝗏 gets picked off. Fortunately, after 𝗂𝘀 is dead, barring 2-wire, it wasn't going to have much value. So, as long as 𝗂𝘀 gets killed here, its job is pretty much successful. Mission successful, I should say.
Yeah, I dare say that was a big momentum swing for the side of Turbi. I know that was only the opening turn, but man, oh man, if you take a look at the entirety of Turbi's team, 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶 was double damage into so many, right? Double damage into onto both of the birds, double damage onto the Grumper, and you know, 𝗧𝗏𝗺 does not want to eat a water cannon AWW, so 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶 going down is a huge thing. But okay, 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶 with that reactive vow does come in as he is the tankiest Temtem.
Blade connected, so Tokan was going to get picked off here. 𝗂𝗶𝗴 does get committed. Noxious Bomb, once again to bring the hammer down, will commit into the 𝗂𝗶𝗴. Does so much damage here, already nearly low, and the trades just now going in the way of 𝗧𝗵𝗆 here. Milling Slap going to pressure the Volrent here a little bit. But there's still a Grumper in the back, there's still 2 wire as well, so you have to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm wondering who Turbi wants to bring out now. I mean, 2 wire, not too bad, but I believe it might just be a common factor one. So, oh, it is Zeno time, Blue. So let's see. Even though Does Vortex is online for this 𝗂𝗶𝗴, I believe 𝗧𝗏𝗺 just packs such a punch that even a Crystal Spike kills the 𝗂𝗶𝗴 from this position. Because I don't think he's going to risk the Volrent outspeeding a 𝗂𝗶𝗴, right? I don't think he's going to rely on the Volrent to do the job. I think he's going to rely on 𝗧𝗏𝗺 here. Unless it... oh, actually, 𝗂𝗶𝗴 leaving there.
Mix gets swapped in. Crystal Spikes, though, straight into the mix. Puts it in Puppet Master range. Not necessarily the thing you want to do. Toxic Plume, though, at least gonna chip it away, but this mix, now safe from further incursions, should be able to apply a lot of damage. Toxic Ink onto the 𝗧𝗏𝗺 as well. Is this a channeler 𝗧𝗏𝗺? I did see the passive come through. I must have missed it.
Yeah, 100%. It is going to be that challenger trait for that 25% additional special attack damage. But man, Mix nice coming in, anticipating that Crystal Spike on that side. But now Mix has to be very careful. Things like Electric Storm from the Grumper will put it down. Another Toxic Plume would also do the job. But man, speaking of Grumper, trying to get that E-Storm online as soon as possible. So does swap it in there.
Crystal Spikes doing some more chip damage onto this 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶, but 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶 is so tanky. He should be fine. And the trade, just the mixed damage. Water Jet as well to follow. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 with 0 stamina survives another turn. Actually, E-Storm should be a considerable amount of damage on both these Tems on the side of 𝗧𝗵𝗆, but he is pulling it back. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 is almost down, but this mix has one more move in it before he gets picked off.
Yeah, definitely, and 𝗧𝗏𝗺 has to go down swinging unless he wants to retreat for another Crystal Spike down the road, which wouldn't be terrible, especially because you have an Aloe Vera, so it could do some decent damage on Mashuk and 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶 later on. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see a swap out into something like that +3 special defense. Volrent doesn't seem that bad. But I like what you said, Blue, that E-Storm is indeed there. Water Jet's no longer there, because usually if Water Jet was still around, Crystal Spike into a Water Jet might just be enough for the Grumper. But no, and not trying to eat the E-Storm, does swap into this Mashuk. And oh, 𝗧𝗏𝗺 does go down swinging. At least get some really good damage for it.
If this is Wreck and Farewell, then it'll also be Big Brain. But unfortunately not. It is Channeler. Thunderstrike will crash down as well, picking off that 𝗂𝗏𝗵𝗶. So at least gets that 1-for-1. And again, this all favors Turbi here right now, considering if you look at the teams, Turbi still has that Volrent to Toxic Plume the Mix away for the most part, and Mix can't really retaliate that much. 𝗂𝗶𝗴 coming in, though, will be attempting to kill off this this Grumper, I believe. So we'll have to see how 𝗧𝗵𝗆 gets out of this, but it is looking a bit rough.
Yeah, rough indeed. I mean, if we look at the HP differences, there's only one healthy Temtem remaining on 𝗧𝗵𝗆's side. That is the Mashuk. and you still have that Volrun in the background. You still have the 2-wire with turbo attacks, forward cage that are all double damage into the Machoke. So man, Turbi quite commandingly taking this first game, and it should be going ahead. We'll see, of course, 𝗵𝗶𝗴 swaps out, anticipating that Plague, and does bring in the 2-wire. Let's see, is it indeed a common factor? It is. So Machoke not going to be getting double damage for these next couple turns, but as soon as it's off, those big digital and wind techniques will be doing quite a number.
Tenderness, reducing the attack of that Volrun, and the bush protecting it from that damage output. So the nullify effect, gonna see how much time it buys here for the side of 𝗧𝗵𝗵, at least. The onus is on him to do the damage, but nullify is really dampering that. No ×2 effects. Well, actually, it's kind of good. The Machoke will be temporarily fine versus the 2-wire. 𝗵𝗵𝗶 will be coming in here. The Faraday cage, not gonna do as much damage, but the isolation, removing synergy bonuses, will be a bit spooky. Wastewater though, 25% damage, definitely the best it could, but Toxic Plume gets it so close to dead, but it lives. 0.7% HP. Crystal spikes is possible, but my god, it's so close.
Yeah, insanely close. That would have been devastating for 𝗧𝗵𝗵. But either way, I mean, he's in the back ropes trying to make it work. If Machoke stays around for a little bit more, maybe it could 𝗶𝗵𝗆 uppercut his way down, or bring Volrun down that way. But the same can't be said about 2-wire. Right now, there's no common factor intact. If Turbi's running things like turbo attack, that might just bring Machoke all the way down. We have to take a look though. EM trying to overexert the 2-wire, and it's instead a tornado. Okay, so 80 down to 42, so essentially 40%. That is a special attack, so Parrier doesn't do anything. HK, yes, I don't think he gets the job done, but almost does. Down to 15.
The mix, 0.7% HP. Machoke barely surviving that HKS commit. 𝗧𝗵𝗵 hanging on an edge. Barely surviving here. The Wolfie versus the 𝗵𝗵𝗶 matchup should be Wolfie's favor, so if he can at least push like one more hit off on both these Tems, maybe even get a kill, it's not quite over just yet.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can see, if Turbi wants to try to read the mix staying in and goes for a Toxic Plume, 𝗧𝗵𝗵 could swap in the Wolfie. You don't take anything because of Team Elusive. And then Machoke tries to go off for some more big damage, but no, the mix stays in, so Crystal Spike almost taking down the 2-wire. Following that uppercut, doing about 50%, so man, another uppercut would have done it. But it wasn't Toxic Plume. He knows that if you just simply take down Machoke, who in the world is killing your Volrun? You were out of answers for the Volrun. That was the last physical attacker. So I think this Volrun 100% wins the game for the side of Turbi.
Yeah, for sure. The Wolfie gets swapped in. 2-wire, and the Volrun so close to death is doing it. EM will commit to kill the 2-wire. Toxic Plume should kill the mix here for sure, unless the play can do something about it. Actually, might overexert kill the Volrun just from the exhaustion. We'll have to see. HKS though trying to kill off the Wolfie because that is the objective, but it's not enough. The Volrun gets killed off, and it's just the 𝗵𝗵𝗶 versus 2 Tems. But here's the real question: will playing Crystal Spikes be enough to kill the 𝗵𝗶𝗶 before E-Storm kills both these Tems? Because E-Storm should kill both.
Yeah, but Team Elusive, remember? So Wolfie doesn't go down to Electric Storm.
Oh, right, absolutely.
The DV Crystal Spike might just kill. Oh, this is definitely gonna kill. I can't believe 𝗧𝗵𝗵 literally brought it back.
Way.
Wait a second.
No, wait, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Inductor.
Oh,
Keeps
you're so right. You're so right.
The Crystal Spikes. Oh, Suppressor just used instead of Crystal Spikes. This does more damage. We'll have to see if it's enough. It doesn't get it. 5.2% HP, but the Grumper is too slow. Crystal Spikes to come through. Perfect stamina. Mathematics. TV spreads like a god. The mix gets the kill by the inch of its teeth.
Yeah, incredible stuff. I was certain we were saying the whole time Volderen was one game away from being crowned our 48th champion. But Turbi, he basically almost won that game number 1. So let's see if he plays it sharply, if he keeps everything under control. Maybe he brings us to a game 3. We'll see though. 𝗂𝗵𝗶 and 𝗂𝗀 starting us off for Jade Dragon. Turbi gets the counter pick though. And the Volderen was at -1 from a Tenor or from a T-Plume. Okay, so maybe that was the reasoning behind HKS.
This is going to be interesting. 𝗬𝗏𝗎 banned once again. 𝗂𝗀 banned on the side of Turbi as well. I believe these are the same bans. I believe these are the exact same bans for both players. So nothing changed too much, but this is the important part. Turbi's second ban was that Mashuk. So, I mean, we'll have to see what potentially is the new ban here. Probably considering banning the Wolfie, just because, again, you lose kind of that Grumper value. Well, if you ban Mashuk as well, you do both of those Tems do really damper that the Grumper value. But I think overall, yeah, Mashuk is banned again. I was gonna say overall Mashuk should still be better here. So with it still now being available, we'll see if Turbi decides to pick that up. But okay, he does. So 𝗂𝗏 no longer in the opening either. Will be interesting. Wolfie knocks a lot. So either the mix or the 𝗂𝗏 here. These two Tems are very integral to that comeback, especially for at least trading it evenly, just to keep the game as close as possible. 2-wire, last pick, Zenith as well. In the back here for Turbi. And we'll have to see what Dragon decides. I mean, both Tems here are decent. I mean, 𝗂𝗀 is banned, so 𝗂𝗏's less value. So mix will be picked up here, and we'll have to see. After an intense first game, we'll see if game 2 is just as close.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for this one. Indeed, as we said, both of these guys trying to take home the crown. Who's gonna do it here? I mean, it could all be over if Jade Dragon takes this victory here, but I don't think Turbi's going down without a fight whatsoever. Of course, that heater trait does get applied, and because 𝗂𝗀 was faster than the Grumper, the heater trait goes in before the chamomile on the Grumper. So not too bad. That Thunder Strike would have been big onto this bad Dragon 𝗂𝗵𝗶 or the 𝗂𝗀. So that 30% mitigation, not too shabby. But let's take a look. Let's try to see the big picture here. What does Grumper want to do? Oh, they click so fast. All right, 𝗂𝗀 swapping into the Wolfie, expecting the Thunder Strike onto that spot.
Alright, swapping in, 2-wire comes in here, nullifying the entire field, protecting that Grumper, at least for a turn. As well, actually, no, common fact, or sorry, chamomile preventing that debuff from coming through. So, wait a minute, that's actually bad for the Grumper, because now DV and Plague will really hurt. Also, heater wasn't removed? Or the burn effect wasn't removed? That is weird. But,
remember, remember because I said the 𝗂𝗀 was faster, so...
Right. Sorry. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yeah, the 𝗂𝗀 was faster, so the it applied first. But still, the nullification not being added is very... yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, we'll see. So, man, you know, ended up working out. That Thunder Strike would have done maybe like 2-3% because it's 1/4 damage. But with that common factor trait, getting about 28%, so not too bad. Let's see. Now Wolfie with the Plague pressure is able to come onto the Grumper. So Turbi making a pivot swap most likely. But, oh, it's Wolfie feeling like he was pressured out. Swaps into this 𝗧𝗏𝗺. Or maybe he's trying to make a read. Yeah, let's see. Okay, Ninja Sosa, okay, just a full toxic board. You know, 2-wire, not really disappointed with this board.
Toxic Ink, though, to follow through, just dealing some chip damage on the 2-wire. Doing maximum damage, speaking of which, because it's not neutralized. Isolation, though, onto the 𝗧𝗵𝗶 is a bit... it's a bit inconvenient, but shouldn't be too devastating here. Now, with 3 Toxic Temps and the 2-wire, 2-wire should be relatively safe in terms of, like, just taking toxic damage in general. Obviously, the ticks will be chipping away, but aside from that, should still be okay, especially with all the wind moves it has.
Yeah, definitely. You know, a weird thought, or just a random thought that came in. So we have, you know, Isolate that removes synergy, and we have Seize that removes items. We need a debuff that removes trait for like 2 turns, right? 1 or 2 turns, you remove the trait. That could be kind of cool, right? Removing Team Elusive from a 𝗬𝗶𝗴. Maybe down the road we might get it, but let's go ahead and get back to the game. 𝗧𝗏 does make that swap in. 𝗧𝗏𝗺 will be swapped out, so it will be the mix here. And you know, I didn't expect this mix to be so bulky against the 𝗧𝗏, but the Rock Shield... Oh, wait a second. That Feather Gatling might have just put the mix into the Crystal Spike range, but huge Water Jet onto the Tokon. Or not Tokon, 2-wire.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see what comes in. It looks like the Wind Temtem for the 𝗂𝗶𝗵 is coming in, but man, I can't remember the math. A Crystal Spike on a mix from 100% brought it into Puppet Master range, so it was like in the 30s. 67%? I still think it's out of range, unless 𝗬𝗍 has Toxic Plume. But no, I don't think 𝗬𝗍 has come onto the board yet, so he wouldn't have Plume just yet. Oh man, I guess you just take advantage of the Aloe Vera and maybe just throw it over to 𝗂𝗶𝗵 perhaps. Oh, and okay, these guys seeing their map, it looks like he might just kill, so let's see if J-Dragon caught wind of that. Oh, it
Crystal
literally
spikes.
Oh,
it's 4% HP. That's so painful. Crystal spikes to follow through. Toxic Plume has to be used, but no Noxious Bomb instead goes into the toolcan. And oh my god, there's no way this mix just lived at 1 HP.
Yeah, 1 HP in a dream. Unfortunately for that dream, Turbi does have AoE potential right now. As we said before, Toxic Plume and that E-Storm from that Y'all the Grumper could be applied later down the road. But what is online right now on the current board is that T-Plume. And you know what? +1 special defense, both of J-Dragon's Temtem, they're not going to be doing too much. But with that said, I believe maybe you want to keep gunning down the Volrun before it gets carried away. You know, +2, +3, +4 special defense. It's a little bit tough to do because I know it's so... 𝗧𝗏 is looking so appetizing there for a Fiery Soul, but 𝗧𝗏 getting out of there does swap into this Grumper there.
Crystal Spikes doing solid damage onto the Grumper. Fiery Soul as well, doing burn damage. Noxious Bomb as well, not using Toxic Plume, so just presuming that the mix was going to swap out, but not doing so at all, so just really milking the value of this mix. Now, out of stamina, for sure will swap, but I mean, who knows? It could just rest outright here. But of course, with E-Storm's threat, it's unlikely that this mix will be staying in. But wow, this mix living is actually really ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the most likely target for J-Dragon to bring out, anticipating those AoE techniques, will be that 𝗬𝗶𝗴. Not only won't you take any damage from Electric, you also get to rebuttal next turn with those Plagues. But no, instead is going to be the Potato there. Oh, maybe 𝗬𝗶𝗴 on this side. I didn't anticipate. Oh, never mind. Double Toxic setup for Jay.
Okay, getting that damage down. Noxious Bomb once again. So Volrun just trying to stack up on the goods here. And in fact it does. So it's getting that stack. E-Storm kind of forced here, stopping that mix from just getting a rent-free rest on the board. But with Mucus and Reactive Vial just protecting the 𝗂𝗶𝗴 here for sure. So Water Jet and Ice Stalactite coming in soon. This 𝗬𝗶𝗆 is not going to have a safe spot for long. And then Axolotl, of course, still able to hold its ground in this position. At least tank a couple hits.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say the same about dishing out the pain though, right? I mean, Acid Reflux online. Other than that, I mean, Narcoleptic hit for some neutral damage would be about the most as Noxolotl can do. So I don't know if it's worthwhile keeping it in here, knowing that a Feather Gatling probably puts it into trance trait, or maybe that's exactly what J-Dragon intends to do. Let the Volarant attack, maybe bait Turbi to try to go for a Thunder Strike onto Potato, but with that +2 special defense, I don't think Potato goes down, and then maybe J-Dragon swaps out. So does Noxolotl stay in? Oh, a 𝗬𝗶𝗆 swapping out, maybe as you said, fearing that Aqua Stone or something.
Ooh, swapping in here for that Xenarith. We'll have to see how it does. Noxious Bomb, again, trying to read potential swaps. Unfortunately, not landing. Acid Reflux will not do enough damage. Will not do a lot of damage, I should say, on this Volarant, but will apply some Talking Takes on the Xenarith, which is huge. Humiliating Slap, chipping away at the defenses of that Sephiroth, or that Volarant. Ugh. That Volarant. So, potential damage through that attack-based move could come in here. Volarant is getting lower and lower.
Yeah, I believe Turbi was 100% reading that Potato, swapping out to something like that to win in the back. That's why Turbi didn't go for a Feather Gatling, as we said, expecting that Tokon to make its appearance there. But not too bad, you know, as you said, that -1 defense. Now Potato has a Narcoleptic hit potential, but a Feather Gatling Crystal Spike takes it down before the Narco hit. Let's see if Turbi chose to do that. Crystal Spike does go into Potato. And man, did Turbi just go with the simple Feather? Actually, even a Noxious Bomb kills from this position.
I believe it does. So the Noxolotl putting to sleep Feather Gatling to commit the kill. And in fact, it does. So Noxolotl picked off here the Xenarith, 62.5% HP. And this Sephiroth hasn't used Toxic Plume once. It is waiting for this fix to show up. There it is. It will come out. And the age-old question, dance, I mean, whatever you want to call it, now arises. Do you Toxic Plume, or will this mix just swap out for a 𝗂𝗏𝗆? Or not even a 𝗂𝗏𝗆. You swap in for that token and you don't lose anything. Special attacker and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you do take the 12.5%, but man, Xenarith expecting that Dust Vortex coming in, swapping out to that Yggdrasil. So let's see, EM goes first though. Wait a second, is he trying to kill the bird? Does he get it is the question. I think the bird is way too tanky. DV, into the Yggdrasil, never mind. Just trying to overexert the bird.
Yeah. It will overexert the bird here. I'm pretty sure that's an overexertion. There it is. Oh my god, the Volarant is just out of the fight now. They're just still unable to contest this mix, so EM pressure and Crystal Spark pressure available. Obviously, DV was meant to be for the Xenarith, but Xenarith managing to get out is going to be fine. And J-Dragon once again in the back foot. You know, let's not get caught up in the mixed living hype. Right now, he is really in the back foot. Low HP on 3 Temps versus Turbi, who is still very healthy on his side, except for that Volarant. Crystal Spike's going to secure that kill on the Volarant, and in fact it will. So no funny shenanigans here. Volarant will get picked off. The question will be if this Bolt-Fiend will put Bush, and it does. So Bush will protect it for any Toxic Ink or Allergic Spread, but Allergic Spread, I forgot, it's AoE, so Mix will be picked off there for sure.
And the Bush not getting off too much, as Allergic Spread wouldn't have connected to it. So not too bad. You do get that 10% Lifeful Regen tick. But here it is, guys. Final 3 Temtems. As we can see on the scoreboard, Turbi has slightly more HP, but not out of it by, or you know, J-Dragon not out of it by any means. I mean, Toucan counters 2 of those 3 Temtems right there. So we'll see. 𝗧𝗵𝗶 making his way back onto the board. But as we said, the big bad wolf right now for the side against Turbi is going to be this Toukon. So Fiery Soul onto both sides might just take it down. I mean, let's see who's going to be doing the most damage onto Toukon. I believe that has to be 𝗧𝗵𝗶 with the toxic pressure. So might just decide to focus down 𝗧𝗵𝗶 because I think he's going to have an easier time taking down the 𝗧𝗵𝗶. But you know, might as well get a kill when you can though, right? Because I feel like one Fiery Soul does kill the 𝗧𝗵𝗶, especially if you consider a Plague to follow that up.
Yeah, for sure. So, the Toukon low as well as the Wolfie, and Crystal Spikes to follow should do decent chunking, but definitely not a lot. DV though, this is the big kicker. 𝗧𝗵𝗶 will get picked off as it was inevitable here. Fire Tornado.
Oh,
we'll see if that does damage. Hang on, wait, what? Oh my god, it's actually quite huge because now the Toxic Ink will pick up the Wolfie, but it's not like Wolfie... Actually, no, Wolfie was the biggest kill there, because now only 𝗂𝗶𝗆 is the way to deal with that Grumper, but Grumper can trade in kind, but that Chamomile is still available as well. Does mean that it'll be able to hold its ground temporarily. So, Toukon will have to kill 𝗧𝗵𝗶 here as soon as possible, and then it's up to Water Jets and H-Slaps to deal with the Grumper, but it is looking like 𝗧𝗪agon
it's close. It's close, but as you said, Water Jet, depending on how much damage it does, because Grumper will be one-shotting this Toukon unless he just focuses 𝗂𝗶𝗆. Yeah, that's exactly what he needed to do, because Toukon isn't doing any damage onto Grumper. Tornadoes, fire attacks, that's going to be very little. Water Jet coming down to 35, so an Aqua Stone plus a Tornado might just do the job. We did see Grumper go first though, so he does get that Inductor trait first, but Wind Burst doing about 10%. Wait a second. I believe an Aqua Stone is going to get the job done there. Yeah, 30%. Sure. I think it does.
Aqua Stone secures the kill onto the Grumper. And the kill does come through. 𝗧𝗪agon will be taking the match 2-0 after 2 consecutive really close games.
Yeah, insanely close. I thought Turbi almost had that one as well, but 𝗧𝗪agon, ladies and gents, he is a 2-time champion in our weekly tournament series, so congratulations, guys.